So now, to test my function, first of all, I'm going to run it first and show it to you all. Okay, like you see, before using check color setting, this color will be used in the front page, blue color. This will be used for one sample test, purple, and then this will be used for two sample tests. So do you want to change the color setting? Yes or no, 1 or 0. I think I'm not fine with the color. I don't want this color, so I choose the color. Pick a color for the front page. I like number 7. I like the color. Pick a color for one sample test. I like blue. And then pick a color for two sample tests. I like purple. Okay, so this one is the front page. Okay, is it a single or double sample? I'll start with single first. Here are my questions. These are my questions. Yeah. So okay, let me read the question first. Assume blah 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 blah. Okay. Normally distributed with true sample standard deviation of 0.75. So this one is case 1 of one sample. I don't have two samples, it's one sample. So I put 1 for single. This one, so you see the color changes already. Depending on your sample. One sample test will be different color, two sample tests will be different color. So this one, normally distributed with true sample. This one is case 1, I believe. So I reply case 1. See here. Enter number of data. 20 specimens. So 20. Do you have a raw data values to be calculated or 0 for already calculated? I already have a mean. So this one is the mean 4.85 and the standard deviation is 0.75. So it's already calculated, so I put 0. The mean is 4.85 and then the variance is 0.75. No, the variance is 0.75 square. 0.75 square. So the variance is 0.5625. Enter. Do you want to use your own value? Yeah, let me read back the instruction. This system will only calculate selected confidence interval such as 90, 95, 95, 95. Also, they already have the default value for me, so I'm not going to use my own value. I'm going to use theirs. I'm going to use the 95. So please choose the confidence interval, 95. The confidence interval is 4.5213 and 5.1787. Is it correct? Let me check and see. 4.52 and 5.18. Yeah, this one is 4 decimal place. This one is 2 decimal place. If you round it off, you get 5.18. So the first one is correct. I continue with my second question. Do you want to use the calculator? Yes or no? Yes, I'm going to calculate again. So the article. Okay, this one is the case 2. You see 50 is very large, and then they don't give you the population. They say this one is a sample of 50. So it's a single day sample, and then case 2. Is it proportional test? No. Enter number of data. Number of data 50. 50. I'm going to be proceeding with Z-test. Yes, Z-test. Do you have raw data to be calculated? No. I already have calculated values. Input the mean. The mean is here, 654.16. I just copy it and I paste it here. Enter. Input variance 164.43 square. The variance is 27037.2249. Do you want to use your own value? They want it to be 95 two-sided. 95 two-sided. So no, I'm not going to use my own value. So I pick 95. The confidence interval 608.43 and 699. Is it correct? 608.53 and 699.74. Yes, we are correct. And then we'll try the third one. Proportion of all dice. Do you want to use a calculator? Yes, I'm using it again. One sample, case 2, and then is it proportion test? Yes. Entered number of data, 356 dice were examined. So 356. Oh, sorry. 356. No, the error is shown because I put a space in front and then I put a space behind. I make it such that I don't put any space here. It's kind of a bit an error, but never mind. 356. The data is recorded. Do you have a proportion value given? They don't give me any proportion value, but they tell me that there's 201 success. So I put no. So they input the number of successes is 201. You want to use your own value for the Z. Let me see, I'm not using it because it's 95 and 95. 95 is given. So I'll put no. And then choose a confidence interval, 95. So the confidence interval is 0.5131. Zero. Oh no. Yep. 0.5131 and 0.615. 0.5131 and 0.616. It's just 0.001 difference between rounding off and not rounding off. Yeah, so that's not the main issue. Okay, so we'll just proceed with our fourth question. Okay, we'll try to let the system to help us calculate the value if we have a list of this value. So I'm lazy to calculate the sample mean and etc. So I'll just copy it out, and then I have all these lists here. So yeah, all of these are the samples here. How many samples do I have here? 30. If I'm not mistaken, it's 30. Is it 30? Let me try and see. 1. Is it a t-test? It's a t-test, right? So it's 30 sample 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Yeah, 30 sample. So it's a 1 sample. Case 2. Is it a proportion test? No. Number 30. Yes, I want them to help me to calculate the mean and the standard deviation and variance. But then I'm lazy to type all those values one by one, so I'm just going to copy it. So I'm going to copy all of the data. Okay, make sure I copy everything, and I'll just paste it here. 30. Press enter. And then it helps me to calculate my mean, variance, standard deviation. Do you want to use your own value? Let me check and see. They want me to calculate at 95. No, I'm not using my own value. And then I will choose 3, 95. So the answer is 7,000 and 7,400. Let me check my answer. Is it the same? Yeah, 7,000 and 7406.129. Yeah, it's the same answer. Now, Let's proceed with the last one, two sample tests. Let's now calculate confidence interval for a difference between two true average hardness for the control cement and true average hardness for experimental cement. Case sample 1, sample 2. So you're going to use a calculator? Yes. Two sample. Is a pair t-test? This one doesn't look like a pair t-test, so it's 0 for no. Is it a population or sample data? It's not population. They didn't say it's population. They don't give us. Yeah, you see, sample mean, sample standard deviation. This one confirm is not population, so I put sample. Is it a proportion test? No, they don't give me proportion value, so it's no. Okay, then the number of data. The first sample 50, second sample is 50. Do you have raw data value to be calculated? No. I already have my value calculated. So input mean 1, 24.3. Input mean 2, 27.0. Variance 1. Variance 1, 27.04. I'm gonna square this value. And then variance 2. 33.64. Do you want to use your own value? Yes or no? No. Because 95%. I have the 95%. So it's no. 95%. And then the answer is negative 4.8592 and negative 0.5408. Negative 4.9. Yeah. If you round it off, yes, and then 0.5. Yeah, if you round it to 1 decimal place. So basically, this is my final project, and this is the confidence interval calculator, which I have designed using C++ and OOP knowledge. So yeah, basically this is the functions, all these functions and all these codes that I've used to create a confidence interval calculator. So in a nutshell, I have 7 header files and 1 main test file to run this confidence interval calculator. In this 7 header file, I have 2 base class, 2 derived class from the base class, and around 4 to 5 derived class from the derived class. So yeah, that's all. And thank you very much for watching this video. And yeah, that's it. Thank you very much. So if you want to have this code, or if you want to use this confidence interval calculator, feel free to message me or leave a comment below, and then I'll find a way to give it to you all. Thank you.